Hello YouTube, how's everybody doing? All right, so in this video, I'd like to show you how to install a backup camera on any vehicle. So the idea is very simple. Right now, today, I'm going to be installing it on a Mercedes Sprinter, like a 170 feet long Mercedes Sprinter. That's where I'm going to install it. So what you need is basically you need your backup camera, very simple, right? And then you need your monitor. I put the monitor already there, and then you need a test light. You need the wiring that goes from the monitor all the way to the backup camera, and then you need this. I don't know what's it called. I'll link under the description where to get this. So, and then you need 12 gauge, I mean 14 gauge wire to yeah. So basically, first thing you need to do is you gotta find a place where to mount your monitor. I already did that. And then you want to hook up the monitor to a power source in the van, um, where when the ignition is on, it turns on. You got to find that power source. It could be a radio switch, air conditioner, or something. But what I'm gonna do is I know my switch is right under the steering wheel. I mean my fuse box, so I'm gonna use number 15 right here, which is for radio stuff like that. Even though I don't have radio, that's the one, because when the ignition is on, the power comes up. When the ignition is off, no power to here. So that's why you need this adapter. So how it works is basically we're gonna remove this 15 fuse, and then we're gonna you see this, we're gonna plug this in the fuse. See, that's an adapter thing. And then you want to add one more fuse, similar number, that's a 15. So uh, I added another fuse on this one. It has two slots for another fuse, so you just put another 15. And then this cable, basically this one, that's where you connect your positive from the monitor. Your positive, you just let me show you. Yeah, you positive, you connect your positive to this one, and then you crimp it. And then your negative, you gotta find any. For example, my negative, you don't see it here, but I found some kind of chassis part of the van, and then I mounted it to the chassis and then screwed it. The self-tapping screw. So you gotta ground it there. That's done. It's already the power. So, but you don't wanna connect the positive to a place where there's always continuous power going on. Even though the ignition is off. For example, if you connect it to the dome light, that's always on. So that means eventually it's going to drain your battery. So you don't want to do that. You want to connect it to a place where power source, where only when the ignition is on, that power comes. That's why you need this. You need this to test, which one is what. So I turned off the ignition off, and then I tested here. Of course, you gotta ground this one to any chassis part of the van, and then you just taste. There's no, for example, this 15, there's no power. So good. And then when I turn on the ignition, there is power. So this is where I want to borrow power from. So that's basically it. And then you got the wire that comes, that you're gonna run. So this basically one side of it connects to the monitor. This side one connects to the monitor, and then the other side you just have to run it all the way until the end of the van. And then that's where the backup camera connects. So my case, I want the monitor to be on all the time. That's why I'm not going to tap it into my reverse light. Well, I'm sure the camera you get has a, on the back has another cable where you can connect it to the reverse light, so that only when you go reverse, um, your backup camera comes. But my case, I don't want to do that, because I want it to always be on. As soon as, whenever I turn the monitor on, I want to be able to see what's behind me all the time. So, but that's the same thing. If you do that, you go to the back of your vehicle, and then you want to make sure which one is a reverse light. So most likely you have to remove one of your lights, and then test. Maybe somebody put the reverse, and then the power tester should light up if that's your reverse light, so you can borrow power from there. And then the same idea, you connect the reverse cables to that to your reverse light wiring, and then that way only when you go reverse it powers up. But the idea is very simple. You know, you do this and you can install. You don't have to pay somebody $200-300 to install backup camera for you. Of course, you have to know how to, you know, hide the wires. So maybe in my case I have to here and then hide it around there behind the sun visor here. You know, you gotta do that. Maybe some, you know, you need panel, you know, opener, those plastic things that helps you to remove panels. But yeah, it's all about, you know, running the wires. My case is easy. It's one, so on the wire, so you just combining with that, and then there it goes. But if it's rested down or something, that's a little bit work to hide the wires. Maybe you have to go from the bottom and then, you know, remove the plastic panels and then hide the wire. Like you can do it. Hope this helps, guys. Voila, there you have it. So now the monitor is on. Now we can be able to wire the rest of the wiring all the way to the back of the to connect the backup camera. Yep, so that's how you do. Basically, the monitor came up with its own positive wire connection, and then I used the extension. I added another, you know, extension, 14 gauge extension. I cut to size, and then I routed it through the some visor area behind this panel, and then now it's connected to the fuse box. Perfect. So that part is done. And I don't know if you guys can see this. You see that one is for the ground. So the monitor has its own like ground cable. The black one is for ground, so I just added it. That screw, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, that screw already existed there, so I just removed the screw. I added like a ring terminal. I added a ring terminal to this wire, which is the black, kind of blackish and a little bit red. That's the ground. So I don't have to drill a hole, so I just grounded it right there. All right, so as you can see, I ran the wire from the monitor and then connected it to this fuse adapter. So I'm going to use this 15 slot, the one of the slots here for radio, cigarette lighter, stuff like that. Only when the engine is on, the power come up. So if once you guys do this, usually there is a 15 amp fuse in that slot. So I took it out and I put it into this adapter. And then for the monitor, you need about 5 amp. So on the second slot, you need to put another fuse for the monitor. And then let's plug it in and let's see if the monitor turns on. Okay, actually I forgot to mention this 14 gauge wire. So basically, let's say you connect, you're borrowing power from your fuse all the way down. And then you're mounting your screen on the dash or even higher, like on the roof if it's sprinter. So that's why you need this to, basically you need this wire to reach from here all the way to the monitor. That's why you need another 14 gauge wire, and you gotta cut it according to the length. Don't forget that. But that's it. If you do that, you'll be good to go. All right, hope this helps. All right, and finally, I keep forgetting many things. This is soldering kit iron. So if you don't know how to use it, you just YouTube it. It's very easy. But definitely I recommend you need this to connect wherever you connect those wires. You can solder them with this, and the connection will be very good. And then just make sure you have electric tape to cover it on top. That's it. You know, these basic tools you need. I'll link on the description with the solder kit and the adapter. All right, guys, drive safe.